So it's just turned the new year. It is now 2024. I don't know about you guys, but I have no idea where 2023 went. It went by so freaking quickly. It flew by. But then 2023, last year, was the first year that I really discovered reading and I really just fell in love with books. So maybe that's why it went so fast, because, you know, as I say, time flies when you're having fun. But anyway, it is the new year, so if you're anything like me, you are on the lookout for some new thriller books to read. So I am here to provide to you guys a few amazing thriller book recommendations here to read in 2024. So if you are interested and you want to know more, then feel free to carry on watching. We are going to start off strong with an author that is now an instant buy for me that I discovered only the past couple of months. And this is Lisa Jewell's None of This Is True. This is a twisty psychological thriller. It is incredible. It will absolutely keep you guessing. And also, if you're like me and you like to guess what is happening throughout a book and to kind of fill in the holes in the story as to what you think's going on or who you think's involved, with this book I could not do that. And usually I can do that with books, like I could piece together bits of the puzzle. Could not do it with this book. It really kept me on the edge of my seat guessing, and it was just absolutely phenomenal. I ended up rating this a 5 out of 5 stars and cannot recommend this book enough. Lisa Jewell, fantastic author as well, and like I said, she's become an instant buy author for me now just after reading this book, so 100% check it out if you're intrigued. It is definitely one not to miss. And then I have 2 recommendations by the same author. We have And There He Kept Her by Joshua Moling, and then Joshua Moling's second book, Where the Dead Sleep. Now this is obviously the first book, and Where the Dead Sleep, it is the same detective guy from this book and it is set in the same town. They are both murder mysteries, only the first one is slightly different because there's like one person murdered and, well, actually there's multiple people murdered, but it kind of follows just a couple. But there's one person murdered and then one person who is held captive, and so it's a kind of murder mystery slash like hunt down to save someone sort of deal. And then this one is more just straight up murder mystery, I'd say, but Joshua Moling is brilliant. I actually went to a Barnes & Noble author event with him. It was online, like a free event on Zoom. And it was just an interview with him, and he was talking about his like thoughts behind these books and if he has any plans, you know, going forward and that sort of stuff, like those kind of questions. And he is actually going to be writing a 3rd book. So now is the perfect time to discover Joshua Moling, to read these 2 books before the 3rd one comes out, which is hopefully soon, because I cannot wait for it. But these are incredible, you guys. This one, definitely trigger warning. It has some grey subjects in there, so just research trigger warnings before jumping into this, I would recommend. This one, not so much. I'd say this is a pretty easy read, but still, it's always good to check trigger warnings if you're ever in doubt. But these are absolutely amazing books. Okay, and then we have a very interesting one. We have The Maidens by Alex, I never know how to pronounce this last name. I'm gonna attempt. Michaelidis. I never know how to pronounce that. Can someone please tell me how to pronounce that? I probably should have researched that before making this video, but here we are. Anyway, the point being, this is a phenomenal mystery. It is more mystery than thriller, but it is very psychological. So just like the Lisa Jewell one, like this will absolutely keep you guessing and trying to figure out who's involved and what is going on. It's very academia, like it's set in a campus as well. So if you like anything academia, I'm sure you will love this. Very like secret societies, another murder mystery type thing, people getting murdered and one person trying to play FBI and play detective behind the scenes to try and piece together what's going on and to try and find evidence. So if that is your idea of a good time, like me, I love reading about that. If that is your idea of a good time as well, then I would 100% recommend this. And if you didn't know already, this author was actually the author of The Silent Patient, which I know is like kind of a not a controversial book, but there was a lot of controversial opinions on that book. It's very mixed. Like, a lot of people loved it, a lot of people hated it, a lot of people hated it. I personally, it was a 5-star read for me. I read that this year and it was fully a 5-star read for me. I think actually it was like the second book I read, or maybe the third book I read back in February last year. I was still pretty new to reading, but I absolutely adored it so much. I think the pacing was brilliant and the writing was also very, very good. So my friends from back home in the UK sent this to me. So it is actually a different cover to the one that you will find over here in the States, because this is actually the UK cover. They're both really pretty. I honestly love both covers very much. But yeah, I just realised I was really excited to tell you guys that this is the author of Silent Patient, and it says like right up there, so let's just pretend that isn't there, okay? Anyway, read this one. And then I have another author of 2 books here, Stephanie Perkins. So we have this one, which is There's Someone Inside Your House, and then we have The Woods Are Always Watching. Like I said, same author. Stephanie Perkins primarily writes YA thriller, but please do not fret. This is technically YA thriller. However, I would honestly say this is very adult. Like, it did not feel YA at all. And if you know me, you know that YA for me is a very mixed bag. I do not normally reach for YA because I don't really like how bland YA is typically. I want to read something that is going to scare me and is going to be very like information or plot rich. So I don't normally reach for YA. However, these two, and this author in particular, is an exception for me. She is a great author, and these are spooky. This is like an old school slasher type vibe, and then this one, 2 friends, they get lost while on a camping trip, and then all hell breaks loose. So if you're a fan of that kind of vibe, like lost out in the woods, people hunting them down or something hunting them down, then this is definitely for you. And if you love a good slasher movie, slasher book, very high school drama, this is definitely for you. But I would recommend reading both of them and supporting this author because these are truly magnificent. I absolutely loved them. I binged both of them. And yeah, brilliant. I definitely will be purchasing more of Stephanie Perkins going forward. So yeah, technically YA thriller, but trust me on this one, these do not feel YA at all. It really feels like adult thriller, borderline, like some of them are even horror elements in them, and I just love that so much, so I had to include them in this video. And then last but certainly not least, we have Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. Again, first time author for me. This is the first book I purchased from Gillian McAllister. I picked this up in Target on a whim because I really wanted a palette cleanser book. I think it was after my streak where I'd read like 3 books and ended up DNFing all of them because they were just, nothing was hitting at the time. I don't know if you guys ever go through those times where you just read books and it's just like, I don't know if you're in like a little bit of a book slump or something like that, but it's definitely frustrating. So I think I picked it up on a whim and I was like, you know what, I really need to read something that's fun and that's going to be light. And I mean, this was fun, but it was surprisingly not light. It's a whole like time loop situation. And again, it's another murder mystery. You can tell that I really like murder mysteries. But it's a time loop situation. And that's why I bought it, because it sounded so unique and I loved the concept of waking up and it's like the day before and you have to figure out what happened during this murder and try to solve it and get to the bottom of it. And each day this main character is waking up and it's like a day before or a week before or even years before, and it just gets so crazy. Like, this is one to read, and it's got a lot of thriller elements in here. It is heavy mystery. There is definitely a scare factor in here for sure. I just think the author wrote this book really well too, and I just loved it. The pacing was perfect. I loved the story as a whole from start to finish. I just thought it was fantastic. So yeah, so that is the books for today's video. Just a few selections there from my bookshelf for you guys. If you're looking for something new to read and you love thrillers, you love mysteries, then I would 100% recommend those. All of those books I rated 5 stars personally. So if you guys decide to pick it up, I hope you enjoy it and I would love to know what you think. So if you've read any of those before, or if you decide to read them after coming across this video, then please let me know what you think and if you agree with my thoughts and my rating. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!